Welcome to 90 Day Fiance.
Three-way.
Episode 5, Facing Fears. How's it going?
Okay. Think
Good.
about that for a
A
second.
good here.
Okay.
A good.
Good.
How about
so who do you want
you?
to start with? Good.
Oh, we jumping into it?
Yeah.
Let's get the people we hate the most out of the way. And chief among them is Corey and Evelyn.
That's a good one. I like that.
I'm just gonna pronounce her name different
Evile.
every single week until we get rid of
Violin. Yes.
Well, last week we found out that she was already married to Corey. This week she's got to come clean to her mom. And what do you know? It don't go well. Did you? I mean, I was actually kind of surprised that her mom had that reaction. Like her feelings were really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be hurt if like your kids just got secretly married without telling you?
Yes. I would be really hurt.
I mean, given that they're 1 and 1.5.
That's right. I'd be like, listen, you girls are way too young. I don't know when you went off and did this. Listen, Elmo doesn't love you the way I love you.
They had a secret ceremony with
They
Elmo.
sure did.
Yes.
I mean, Elmo's got it going on. And apparently
How about you guys?
Evelyn still doesn't think that she's all that happy after she admitted to her parents that she's been married. Straight up told her mom, yes, I kind of feel like I was forced into this marriage. With Corey right there next to her. Dude, can I just tell you how much I hate this bitch? Like, I fucking hate her. I could not stand her. I mean, what a fraud. You're a fraud.
What do you think? That is so messed up. Like right in front of him. You would think she would at least lie. She's already been lying, doing all this crap behind her parents' back. Might as well just say you're in a happy marriage. At least the mom could be happy about that. She's all like, okay, I understand. The mom is, I understand you did this, but are you at least happy? Like, were you forced to do
She'd
this?
be like, Natalie, I can learn to love him.
Yeah.
I don't love him yet, but I can learn to love him.
She was just straight up, nope, don't love him.
Not happy.
Nope.
Don't love him. We did it for
Yes.
papers. And now I'm trapped. And now I'm trapped is what this bitch said. She's like, sorry, but I'm trapped. With him right next to her.
I know. It's so messed up.
Well, she's going to get what's coming to her because on the next scene, my dude Corey meets up with his friend Raul.
Who Evelyn slept with also.
No way, did she?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he meant when he was like, well, you know Evelyn.
Yes.
Like,
and
I know Evelyn.
right, exactly. Like, and that's what he said in the beginning too, like that we had our ups and downs, Raul and we've had our ups and downs before, and it's because Evelyn was sleeping around town and he was one of them.
Oh my Jesus, merciful Christ. Well, so Corey tells Raul that Jenny was more than just a hookup. If anything, they actually had a full-on serious relationship. And it ended because of COVID, and he straight up ghosted her. They were actually intimate. He did say that they were very intimate.
He said that she introduced him to her family.
Oh,
Is that crazy?
my God. Yeah, that's kind of a serious boyfriend, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's messed up if she introduced you to her family and then you ghost her. That's wrong.
For someone as terrible as Evelyn, why? Why?
Why? What? Why did he reconcile? Why did he marry her? Why did he choose to stay in Ecuador? There's a lot of questions why that we
All
need
of
to know
those.
the answers to. Monsieur Corey, we're really confused why you continue to push your American agenda in Ecuador?
It reminds me of this this story, this real life story that I listened to, in which a guy was in an like abusive relationship, and then he's like basically writing it out like a choose your own path type thing. And then he's all like, I wake up in the morning and the sun is shining and it's a beautiful day. And I turn my head and I see her, and she's staring at me with like cold dead eyes, and she says, why'd you keep me up all night, B? And then he's like, I'm sorry, what did I do? And anyway, then basically that's like how the whole thing goes. And it reminds me of Corey, like that guy. He's just like, everything looks so bright and beautiful. And then he turns his head and then he sees a violin, and she like says
Ruins
something
his
mean
day.
and terrible to him. And then he
Yeah.
goes cold inside and he's like, I'm sorry I did that. It's just like a constant tortured relationship.
Oh man. So let's recap a little bit of what's happened with this relationship during the pandemic that maybe you can fill in the gaps for us. She asked to basically not be together, even though they were married, right? Because he got his and she doesn't really want to stay married to him. Why perpetuate this charade?
Oh, well, what do you mean? Didn't they reconcile? Like then the pandemic hit, like he came to grab his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for a man who was just like, I'm heartbroken, you broke up with me. He's got a new side
kicked
piece.
me out of my own house.
Yeah, you got a side piece in Peru waiting for you. Yeah, you can't go to her right now, but if you were truly heartbroken and you already moved on. Also, how quickly did he move on? Seems
Good
like
question.
relatively quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like a rebound. Also,
Yeah.
probably because of the way that he described like how she broke up with him, it seemed very harsh. Didn't he say like she said it's like get the hell out of here or something, or like it's totally over? Like I remember it changed my opinion about like whether or not they're on a break. I was like, oh, if she said that, then they're done. Like it was over.
I agree. I personally 100% agree. Even if I was married to someone and they were just like, get the fuck out of here, I don't want to see you, I won't be with you, get out of Ecuador, I'd be like, peace. That's like the Ross reason where you're like, nah, dude, we were on a break. There's no coming back from that.
Okay,
That
so you think like
very
her words.
clear. It was very clear
Yeah.
that relationship ended. And she
I
even
agree.
said, like, if it wasn't for the pandemic, you would not be here. That was like episode 1.
That is interesting. I thought that you guys would still feel that they were, they had the marriage vows, but what she said really made you change your mind.
Well, I mean, I hate her. So I guess if I was Corey and I was with a violin, I'd be like, yeah, bye. I'm going to go hook up with Jenny from the block in Peru.
Okay, wait. I have another question. Like, why did he have to stay in Ecuador? Why didn't he just grab his crap and go back to Peru?
Estados Unidos.
It was really the pandemic. Like the pandemic hit like while he was in Ecuador, and he really had. Or why didn't he just go back to America and let it expire? His Ecuadorian visa. I don't understand
Isn't
why.
he on a husband visa? So like he can just go back.
No, he wasn't on that before.
No, now they were already married when the pandemic hit.
No, I thought they got married like right when the pandemic hit. Like the
They were
pandemic
already
hit
married.
and they got married.
No, they were already married. Then she got tired of him. So she kicked him out. Then he went to Peru. Then he had to come back to get all his stuff. And in the process of getting all of his stuff, the pandemic hit. So he couldn't leave. So he was stuck in Ecuador.
Oh, so they got married first, and
Yes.
then they got into an argument. He left, came back to get his
That's
stuff.
That's the whole reason why, like we were talking about him still being married while he was out there with Jenny. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right. Got it.
Yeah. You know, what I'm wondering is like her parents seem so nice and wholesome. Why did they raise these like three evil girls?
Las Brujas. Yeah, I don't know.
They're not they're cutthroat with each other too.
Oh, I know. The mom was so sweet. I would love for her to be like my mom-in-law, but not with the violin.
Yeah.
We forgot that they called Evelyn Miss Stupida.
Well, she clearly is.
I thought she married El Stupido, so now she's Mrs. Stupida. Evelyn didn't even fight it. Evelyn's like, "Yep, that's me, Mrs. Stupida."
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Oh gosh.
So what's your prediction for them? What does the future hold for them?
I'm waiting for the divorce.
Me too.
So you think he's gonna tell Evelyn that he actually had this full-on relationship with Jenny, and like what? She's gonna be like kicking him out again?
He has to, or Raul will tell him.
What do you think about that?
I think it's fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, man, everybody here sucks. Poor Corey can't talk to anyone.
You can't trust anyone in Ecuador.
The sisters hate him. Everybody hates him. Even the only one friend he has, Raul, is like, I'm gonna go tell her right now.
Well, I mean, he's had a relationship with.
Still.
Yeah. So he's like, I guess he cares about Evelyn too. So I could see if you're in the middle and that's your friend. But it is sad for Corey.
Yeah, he's got nobody.
He has
Poor
us.
guy.
Yeah. Do we like him? I'm not really entirely convinced that I like him.
Me either.
You don't like him?
No, he's just stupido.
He is. I agree.
I totally agree about that because he's with Evelyn. So
Yeah.
you have
But
to
I
be
feel
as
like-
stupid though.
Yeah, he's kind of bumbling. I don't know. It's like I
Yeah, he's a
feel
little
bad
bit
for
of
him.
it.
But what he did to
Oh.
Jenny was messed up.
Oh, yeah, I feel bad for Jenny. I hope they bring her in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, how could you totally ghost her like that for someone as evil as Evelyn?
And it seemed like Jenny really liked him, which makes her
Yeah.
also like side piece of stupida.
Imagine you could have lived a lovely, happy life with Jenny. I bet nobody is as bad as Evelyn. No one. The devil himself is probably nice.
So
And
would you
Jenny-
take
Jenny was cute enough.
Evelyn or Natalie?
Oh, that's an awful question.
I would take Natalie.
I
At
would
least
take
she'd be
Natalie.
entertaining. She'd be like doing a bunch of crazy stuff, and you'd be like, hugging trees, whatever,
Listen,
I
I think
agree.
Natalie would actually show that she likes you. Evelyn is a straight up hater.
That's true. I agree. Yeah. I'll take Natalie too. I could just avoid her and it would be fine.
Exactly.
Right. And Evelyn wouldn't be happy unless she saw you miserable. Like she would just like keep pursuing you just to see you miserable. She would not let you hide from her evilness. She's like, you know what? I'm bored and he doesn't look miserable enough. Let me say something.
You think that's how she goes about her day? She wakes up and just like, how can I make this man miserable today?
Yeah.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. What can I say to Corey to hurt his feelings?
Most of all. And she's just like, oh, he's smiling today? He's smiling. Oh, no.
Knock that out at park.
Okay, I hope that I hope she cries. I hope he tells her and she cries. And then I hope he like says Jenny was actually really nice to me and that hurts her. I would like Evelyn to get hurt.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't think she could get hurt. Like she doesn't have a heart to break.
Oh, what an awful person. All right, let's move on to a happier couple.
Okay.
Let's move on to happier Jenny and Sumit.
A happier Jenny. I don't know that she's happier.
Yeah. Well, she bought like some more. She bought some chanting beads, so that'll help her find her zen. But they basically Jenny's upset because she's not involved in any of Sumit's family celebrations or anything. And they do a recap of when Jenny met his family, and it was not good. There's like a lot of yelling, a lot of fighting. They did not like Jenny. And in the middle of Jenny complaining about that to Sumit's like, well, actually, I do have another family event to go to, which is that my brother's wife is pregnant. And then Jenny's like, yes, I met her. She's young. She's pretty. She's giving them a grandchild. I can't compete with that. All I can do is love their son to the best of my ability. And I was like, yeah, that's funny that she's trying to. Yeah, that's true. You have to compare her to the other younger, like a real, you know, real daughter-in-law.
But she says she's still a human being, even though she's that old.
That's true.
Which is true.
That's true.
I just feel so bad for her, guys.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
up.
willing to be Hare Krishna for him.
I know. She's waited 10 years.
10 years. And she just got a ring last year.
Yeah, I know.
Which is like not even an engagement ring. It's more like one of them promise rings that you
Yes.
like give to someone to be like, I promise to be engaged to you in the future. That was that ring.
Yeah.
So Sumit, he goes to the temple and they're all sitting around, but the sister-in-law is sitting in a chair. And then she gets up to see Sumit and she like touches his feet. So I guess this is a tradition that they have. And he congratulates them, but then he tells them that actually, parents, I am engaged to Jenny. And everybody looks all upset, especially the mom. The mom, even before he came, she was crying, like just talking about Sumit to the daughter-in-law. And I mean, I don't know that I can really feel that mom's pain. Like that mom looks like she's really suffering. It's been going on for 10 years and it looks like it's only yesterday.
But her hurt seems to be stemming from societal pressures other than actual personal hurt. Like she just doesn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, and I know that's what can really important to their culture, but I feel like he already tried it once and it ended horribly. Why can't you just let him be happy? It just seems like they're just totally selfish, in my opinion. They're like they want him to sacrifice his whole life just for the sake of their like how their family looks, like they're standing. Oh, I guess like Indian culture, it's like these kinds of the way things look are really important. As we've seen from what's it called, Indian matchmaking, like it's about the cultural optics are really embedded. But I mean, if you tried already once and it's been 10 years, like, can you just let him be happy? Let him be happy with Jenny.
Just give him this one.
Jenny.
Just throw him a bone.
Let him be free, please. He tried already.
Yeah. And he's just like, let people say what they want. Let people think what they want. I don't care what they think. But then they were like, but we care what they think. We care.
And they say they care because if they don't accept him, then they don't accept the parents. And if the neighbors don't accept the parents, then they're going to be shunned from society and nobody's going to help them.
That does suck.
They're like, who's going to help us if we run into a problem? Because we're basically going to be shunned because of what our son is doing.
But I mean, is that? I mean, what
How
kind
important
I guess
is
it's
it?
like
You mean?
No, I don't know, but I mean, like, I don't think about how, like, I guess in American culture, is somebody going to help me or not? I guess it's just kind of like assumed. You know what I mean? Like, I guess we don't have that kind of communal need to be within standing, which is very common in Asian cultures. Where it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, yes, if you're in good standing, people will help you, but if you're not, you get shunned. Like it's. I mean, I'm glad I'm not a part of it. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never asked my neighbors for help, so go fuck themselves.
Oh, but come on, don't you love that like community thing? Like, like when it's Christmas or Halloween and everybody's out with their decorations and you're like talking to your neighbors and you'd be
Literally,
like,
no, I don't.
oh.
I hate it. You know I hate people. What do you mean? Why are we even having this discussion?
Ah. Okay, well, okay, for me, I do like that community aspect of it, but I would not want to pay that price of having to live up to the standards and pressure that they put on you in order to be a part of that. So yeah, I'd rather continue our individualistic, independent American lifestyle
Yeah, it seems like
than
assimilate
be
or
part of that.
die is one
Right.
of the mantras of many of these societies.
And so Sumit's mom just like stands up and walks away when she finds out that he's engaged. And then after that, the dad gets up, and then the brother and the sister-in-law. And actually they said in the beginning, the brother, Sumit's brother, was like, listen, Jenny is invited here. We have no problem with her being here, but as Sumit's friend, not as a family member.
That's stupid. Just don't invite her then. She's gonna pretend like she doesn't exist.
Or
Yeah.
what if Jenny just goes and just be like, yeah, I'm Sumit's friend. The one I make out with.
And then just like, yeah, exactly. Grind on him.
Yeah. And just like put it in front of their face. Oh, okay. I forgot to tell you guys. Like, but do you guys remember? I don't know if you were watching it at the time, but his mom is especially mad because when Jenny first came to India, they said that she was like Sumit's friend, or like some kind of like a foreigner who wanted to learn the Indian language or something. Like they made up some excuse to allow Jenny to sleep in their house, in Sumit's house. And so then like Sumit's mom became Jenny's friend. Like they were talking and everything. They were like friends because they're around the same age. I don't know, Jenny might be older. And they're friends and everything. And then later on she finds out that Sumit is actually sleeping with Jenny, and Jenny's actually sleeping with Sumit under their roof. And I think that's also like played a role in her hatred towards Jenny, because she's like, she pretended to be my friend and the whole time she was here, doing my son.
Doing him.
Yeah, what do you guys,
Doing
does
him.
that change? Do you guys remember any of this or no?
No.
I also don't remember. I don't think I have been.
I'm not sure if you guys were
previous-
watching, yes,
Yeah.
during this time.
We haven't seen. I don't know. They've been together 9 years. We haven't seen 7 of their seasons.
So what do you think about that? Does that change your opinion about anything?
I mean, it feels like you were lied to. I mean, you could have just been upfront, but I guess I don't know.
Betrayed.
Let me think
I feel
about
like
this.
a betrayal.
Would that have been an effective strategy if the mom like ended up really liking her? They're like, oh, I love Jenny. Jenny's a lovely person. She's great.
But she did
You know,
like Jenny.
I know,
She
that's what I
did.
mean. Exactly. So like if you introduced her outright as like, your girlfriend, yeah, you were never gonna get her to like her ever. But I feel like this would have been smart. It's a smart move. At least she liked her for like a week.
But she stayed in their house and like
Yeah.
lie under their own roof. That's messed up.
But did they have to though? Because Sumit was still dealing with all the wreckage from the divorce, and he was
It
afraid
wasn't,
to.
we didn't even know anything about the divorce then. Like, I don't even think that was like a part of it. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe.
Oh, no. Because when they first met, he wasn't married. And then, like he wasn't married then. This is how long they've been dating. Like when they first met, he wasn't married. And then she went back to America. And when she went back to America, he had like a whole marriage and everything while she was in America.
Dang.
Yes.
God, it's just like a mess.
This is like a mess.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess it's I could see how it's messed up. The way that he introduced her, but he's also probably like super scared about bringing her into the family. I feel like even if he was honest, they still wouldn't have accepted her.
Yeah, I don't think there was any way she could win.
Right. But do you see though, like how the mom could feel like extra hurt, like with the fact that Jenny basically betrayed her, like came into her house acting like she was just some, some foreigner trying to learn the culture. Oh, let's be, we became friends and all of that. And later just to find out she's actually just trying to get her son.
But is there a good reason? And it's not like she's just trying to get her son. Like her son was trying to get her.
Michael Jones. Okay, well, for me as a mom, I would feel extra betrayed. Like, I would never accept you after that. Like, maybe if you didn't sleep in my house and you had like your own place and you came and had lunch with us every now and then, but that you like stayed in our house and everything and had this like whole secret thing with my son and pretended to be my friend, like you cared, about our
Maybe
friendship.
she did care. She wanted to be her friend, but they were probably both scared to like. I feel like it was for a good reason, because of how strict their culture is. You know what I mean? It's probably there's no manual for how to properly do that, to interview your foreign 29-year-old or like future wannabe wife to your mom after you've been in a divorce. I don't know. It just seems like it's really
He wasn't
hard.
divorced yet. He wasn't even married yet. That's how young he was. He was like
Oh, okay.
23 or something. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. For me, no. That would make it worse. I would never accept Jenny after that.
Maybe that's why she won't accept her. She feels lied to.
Well, that she did mention that in like previous episodes, but I mean, sure, it's also just because of the age difference, and she wanted grandchildren, and she's not gonna be able to provide that.
And she white.
And that too.
She could have those lesbian grandchildren in America.
What lesbians?
Her daughter.
She's
Jenny's
a lesbian daughter. Oh,
Yeah.
Use their eggs. Oh no, we're gonna pull an Angela.
No, I'm saying like that could be
God.
the Indian mom's granddaughter, the lesbians from
Dude,
America.
she doesn't even like Jenny. You think she'd like lesbians?
Well, okay.
not?
Oh, what did you guys think of the sister-in-law? Because she kind of told Sumit off too. While they were sitting there after he announced their engagement. She's like, this is what I was trying to avoid. If you're going to do something big like that, you should discuss it with the family, and you didn't. And then she got up and left and followed the mom.
I mean, come on. The last time he tried to discuss this, they yelled at everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were not going to avoid that confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all, folks.
Well, from one crazy couple to another, let's go to Russia, I guess Turkey, by way of Turkey, to go talk about Steven and Alina. Add one more thing to the list of crazy shit Steven does. Hitchhiking in a foreign country, which apparently he's very comfortable with. Would you ever hitchhike?
That's some white privilege stuff right there.
That's I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you're crazy. This guy is crazy. But anyway, they hitchhiked to the immigration lawyer's office where they need to basically discuss the steps that they need to take in order for them to get their 90-day thing done, register with the Turkish Registry of Marriage, I guess, go to their respective embassies and declare that they're legally married, and then petition the Russian embassy for a spousal visa so that they can go to Russia by the time that their 90-day expires. So, long story short, they get back in the car, and Alina's ready to get married in a week, and Steven is not. And is this a red flag?
Yes.
So, Alina, if you guys aren't married yet, get out now. So one of the issues that Alina is concerned about Steven's readiness is because he still wants to date around. And it seemed like he was pretty pleased with her when she said she wanted to get married in a week, but she didn't feel good when he couldn't return the same sentiment. So it's possible that he's still flirting with other girls. Do you think that's the reason?
I mean, what I don't understand. What is he doing? Like, why is he putting in all this effort and then he's like not ready? And he's the one. It seems like he was the yeah. He's the one who's like pushing for everything. And then when he finally gets like his chance, he's like not ready to do it. You should already like you shouldn't treat the 90 days, as we all know now. We shouldn't treat the 90 days as like a trial period.
Which he wants
like,
to
you should
do.
be ready.
Yeah, he wants to do like a 6-week review of Alina before he commits to it.
So they've only seen each other in person for 2 weeks. That's it.
Yes, correct.
Mhm.
And talk to each other by app for most of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Alina should not be getting married. I mean, you should also use the 90 days to review your options.
Oh, yes. Come on, Alina. You can do way better than him.
Yeah, she sure can. She's
Just
too
because,
pretty.
yes. And also because he just is a cheater. We find out, right? Like, yeah, that he's dated around and been with other women. So come on.
Well, we'll find that out next week when he is confronted with this question of what do you do with women when you go out with them? Boom, boom.
What does he call it? Scuddly poop.
Skiddly poop.
Skiddly poop some.
Is that what he calls it?
Yeah,
Yeah, in the interview. Yeah. In the interview.
You don't want to get into a skiddly poop. It's like a scat. Skiddly poop.
So where is he putting it then? Is it where the poop comes out?
You could put it wherever you want.
If it's a skiddly poop, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't think you'd associate poop, unless you're putting it in somewhere else.
If it fits, you sit.
I bet you Steven is like
The Mormon way.
no, I bet you he's like grade A. Yeah. Level 10 freak over there.
Oh, right.
He looks like a freak.
He
Like,
does.
He looks super creepy. Like not
Yeah.
freak in a good way, like, ooh, that girl's a freak. Like he looks like a freak, like, ew. Anyway, that's all for these idiots. We'll see them next week.
Right. And so we find out that it's actually like a really long process for them to get married.
Yeah,
and they need to do
exactly.
it now.
Which is why, like,
ASAP.
I was going to say, the cop told them that they need to. Was it a cop? It was an attorney. The attorney told them that they need to get their act together and probably should have done it yesterday if they want to get it done on time.
Do you think he's going to do it? Do you think he's going to go through with the marriage?
I think ultimately he will, but I hope for her sake she doesn't. I hope Masha comes through with some, like, grade A, just evidence of this guy's idiocy.
Maybe he's just thinking like, I'll just, I'll just spend time with her, see how it goes. And if I'm not feeling it, then it's just like a vacation. It's like a vacation trip,
Then they could have just done that. They could have just taken 3 months off.
Right.
From whatever it was they were doing and just party for 3 months.
But then they wouldn't be on this show. Okay?
Oh, and I guess it would be a sin because thou shalt not cohabitate with people of the opposite sex, I guess.
Mm.
He's trying to like have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should we?
Yeah, let's move on to happier couples.
All right. Let's talk about Miss Ellie and Victor. All right. So when you catch up back with them, basically Ellie and Victor are taking a 4-hour boat to spend 4 hours in Providencia, and they have to take a 4-hour boat back. Basically, they're just hustling to get supplies to Victor's sister. And then so we see them on the boat, and then we see them like just at the dock, and it already looks horrible, like total wreckage, right? Victor goes to get a car from his friend from the for the supplies, and then Ellie just kind of just like looking around in shock. And she has like some moments of like clarity where she's like I don't know if it's like a good time to be here or to move here, because everything is wrecked. Like there's no infrastructure. There's no hospital, so I mean that totally makes sense. It's so that she's kind of thinking clearly. But anyways, though, they go to see Victor's sister's house, and everything is demolished, which is sad. It's pretty sad over there. And then they're all thankful that Ellie came over, and that Ellie's spending time with Victor and helping him bring supplies. And Ellie was just like, so happy to be there and spend that time with Victor. And then what she really is anxious to see is her and Victor's future house, the supposed house, right? So they don't really know what's going on with it. And then after the sister's house, they go over to where they're supposed to live for the future. And we find out that the curse is broken.
Dun,
The
dun,
house.
dun.
The house lives. The house is alive.
Wow.
Only minor damage. Only minor damage was sustained to the house.
Yeah. And it didn't look that bad. It looked exactly like the pictures that she saw before, like not that much worse off. So, but she said she couldn't really be appreciative because all of like the houses around her of like Victor's family was like not good at all. And so, yeah, I mean, I can understand the conflicting feelings. Like she's happy that her house is good, but then everybody else's house is demolished. Like that, that sucks. And
The
so
survivor's guilt. Yeah, she had survivor's guilt.
yeah. And so for my sake, I feel like their kind of relationship is just kind of on hiatus right now because they're just dealing with this whole traumatic event, right? And so I mean they keep alluding to the work that they need to do. Even Hirami, her friend, like kind of reminds Ellie like of the stuff that Victor did. So it shows that like in the future they're gonna work on their relationship, but right now it's kind of just dealing with what happened, you know what I mean? And so it's not really, anything really going on with their relationship. And the whole episode just ends with like donate to the Red Cross, which you should do. Donate to the Red Cross.
Yeah, don't everybody donate to the Red Cross. Well,
Yeah.
we don't know. How long ago was this? Are they still accepting donations for this?
I don't know, but everything looked totally wrecked. Like it was gone.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. What do you do?
I didn't sign up for this show to be sad. I signed up for this show to judge people. So if this continues to go on, I'm going to quit the show. Sorry.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to judge destruction?
You can't.
Yeah,
judge
exactly. They're going to cancel me.
Don't worry, we'll get back to the good stuff.
Yeah, I
Looks
need these
like next
I need these
episode.
two idiots to like get in a fight real quick because I'm TLC. I'm like this close, man. You're holding me on. I'm in this long of a thread.
They're looking too normal right now. They're
Exactly.
looking
It's too
normal.
real. If I wanted to see some like hurricane destructions, I'd go on YouTube.
Yeah, so there's not really too much with them, right? It's like
Yeah.
basically it. We just saw the terrible destruction.
I need a fight, guys. I'm gonna need a fight.
Another one that didn't really have too much is Binny and Ari. We basically just see them go to this like holy water place, and baby Binny, he really believes in it because his brother was healed from this water. He was sick and handicapped, and he went to this water and was healed. And we see Ari like awkwardly getting into the cold ass water, and and she said that the cold water pounding on her head with such force actually did make her feel like there was some kind of spiritual moment there. I was like, that's interesting. And it's to cleanse and bless their relationship.
Which we hope works, but might not work.
Yeah, because we see on the next on that like basically I don't know if Benny's getting a haircut or something, but Ari's coming to him and saying that she has something to tell him. And then he's like, well, what is it? Like, is it that you want to leave or something? And he's like, is it what was his name? Leandro. Is it Leandro? How many times have you guys been talking to each other? And she's just crying and she's like, I just have to do this. I really have to do this.
It's not Leandro. We're being baited. I'm sure it's something to do with her family.
Oh, you think so? But he seemed really angry about something. It had to do with her family, wouldn't he just accept it.
Or maybe he didn't know him at that moment when she was trying to tell him.
Oh,
Yeah. Also, is that an appropriate time? Tell
I
your significant
know.
other that there's something going on big in your life that you're about to cry while he's in a barbershop full of dudes.
Like, yo, this is my chit chat. I'm chopping it up right now.
This is a holy space. You are invading it. Interloper. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm really curious what it is.
Shall we guess?
And we'll find out. It
Place your
seems like
bets.
her parents, or at least her dad, was super old, so maybe her dad is in trouble.
What's another reason why she just really has to do this?
What if she has to like actually do her divorce? Like, didn't we think like she might not actually be legally divorced from Leandro?
She's also not married to Biniyam.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. Oh, like maybe they have to go to couples counseling. She just really has to go to couples counseling.
But it sounds like she wants to leave. Like he says, you want to leave, and she's kind of like, I really have to. Like she wants to leave Ethiopia.
I think it's what it is because, on later episodes for recaps, we do see that she is somewhere far away from him because they're video chatting.
Yeah, in their interviews, it's usually them. They're not together, right? They're separate. So
Right.
Oh, the two of them have been. Look at you're so smart.
But you didn't talk about the naked woman at the holy waterfall.
I mean, yeah, there was a naked lady who was helping her.
I mean, when you saw that pipe sticking out of the ground, did you think it looked
That
like
shit was
holy?
holy? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, they have the same ones in Thailand, and all of them are all just pipes.
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter the look. It's like, it's if the priest blessed it or whatever.
Yeah, you're tapping it from the source. So you're controlling where it flows.
And it's also, you have to go there with faith. Okay. That's what Benny said. You can't go in there questioning. You have to believe.
Well,
It's like Japan.
It looks like they asked the Lord and he said no.
Yeah. Something did not work there.
We don't know. We don't know. Inference.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. That's all for them.
All right. End this on a happy note.
All right. So let's move on to our loves. The highlights of the season, Kenny and Armando.
Woo woo!
Woo, 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 woo.
All right. So this week, Armando has two hearts to hearts with both of his parents. The first is with his mom. So he goes to this like garden place to talk to his mom about like, him being gay. And then I don't know, like these conversations are like so emotionally charged. Like there's so much tension with every word. Like I start to feel it too.
I teared up when he talked to his dad, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like when he talks about to his mom, because he basically wanted her advice about talking to his dad, because his dad is the one who's like more hesitant about his relationship. And his mom, mentioned that she was hurt that Armando talked to his aunts first before telling his mom. But I feel like it's understandable if you're afraid that your mom is not going to be happy. And your mom, like, she wasn't really happy about it. And she's so emotional about it. She's like, she just thinks about how he was married with a kid. And it's like, come on, you got to remember, like, that was fake. It was a fake out, he wasn't happy. He's happy now. But, the mom is like, she's just clearly thinking about her emotions. So it's like really hard for her. But it seems like she's coming around. But she said she doesn't really know about the dad, And so like in his interviews, Armando is sort of like he wants his parents to be happy for him. I feel like it's been a hard journey, but his parents are coming around. Like I feel like he needs to give them time. Like they need their own time to get used to it too. And I know he wants them to be like, he wants them to celebrate him, but it's going to take a while before it gets there, But anyway, so he eventually has, his heart to heart with his dad. He goes to this, what is it, like a pottery place or something?
It looks like his shop, like his dad's garage shop or
Right. It
something.
looks like a garage of some kind.
Yeah, and so his dad's working, and he has a heart to heart, and then he's gearing up to tell his dad that he's engaged. He said he wishes like he knew his dad more, but his dad, he doesn't really show emotions, which I guess is sort of like the typical for that like Mexican male culture, and that's probably why it was so hard for Armando. But he's like taking steps now, and he really wants his parents to be there for him. So now is a test to see. He's gonna let him know, and so they're talking, and then Armando's talking about like he just lets the news go basically, like he's engaged, and he wants his dad to be there for him. And at first his dad just says, he just starts to cry, starts to tear up. He's like, I love you. I'll always love you. You're a part of me. And he's just like, it's like, wow. It's just, I don't know. It's like, that kind of heart to heart is like, it's weird to see it on 90 Day Fiance.
It's words I never thought his dad would say.
Yeah. But you can see how far he's come from like not even acknowledging it to being like, getting used to it. Like, I love you. You're my son. But like, when it comes down to it, like, about being part of the wedding, Armando asked him, and his dad is like, I don't know. I need to think about it any time. But I feel like he's probably gonna be there. The way things have gone, like, luckily, it's gone good for them. So he's probably gonna be there. That's what I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he's probably going to be there. I can't see
Yeah.
any reason for him to not be there.
Yeah.
I think so too. Wait, I want to say there's this one thing. Like, I really want to like Armando and Kenny, but every time I see Armando, I just think about his backstory and that whole thing with his wife, and I feel a little bit sad about it.
But she's dead now. You can...
But she died chasing after him in the car, and she was pregnant.
Well, I mean, we can't help that. But she's
know.
dead. She's with the Lord now.
Isn't that so sad? Like, he caused her.
He did not cause her death.
He caused her
He
death.
did not cause her death.
He is not Ellie, okay?
He is another Ellie. No, he's not as bad as Ellie, because I don't know. Who knows what will happen to Kenny? He is older. He is.
Well, that kind of
He
thing
will
is like,
die, yes.
it's like if you cause somebody to storm out and they get into an accident, that's not your fault.
Well, yeah. When did you feel guilt? Like, okay, if it was like your dad or your mom or something, you wouldn't feel bad. Like, you wouldn't feel that. You'd be like, it's not my fault.
Of course, logic. I think like emotionally thinking, yes, but if you think about it logically, eventually you have to get to the place where like you have to forgive yourself and know that it's really not your fault.
I mean, yes, you have to eventually get to that place, but you would have to get to that place because you would feel that you precipitated those events.
Yeah, but it's like those events probably happen to anybody, and but if it happened like thousands of times, and that was like the one time that it happened. You know what I mean?
That you precipitated.
So like if you, yeah, but it's like if like the parents who have like anybody who has a fight, or like parents who have kids who get into accidents, like, are they really gonna blame themselves as like?
Yes,
it's like a total accident.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Well, I think eventually you have to. Well, I guess that's different because it's like it's your kid. That's a little bit different, but you're fighting with another adult.
That's carrying your child.
You're still gonna get into arguments with them. It's like a normal life. You treat it like it's normal. Do you actually think like this person could get into an accident when you're arguing with your spouse?
Well,
like, let's say you're arguing with them and then they stormed off. Like they just need to let off some steam. Mm-hmm. They went to the movies or something and they happened to get into an accident and died. Are you gonna blame yourself?
I would feel pretty bad. I think so. Yeah. You wouldn't?
I would feel bad, of course, but eventually I would have to say, like, this is not my fault.
Exactly. I would agree.
I mean, but wouldn't your like, let's say your kids be like, you killed our father or something.
What?
You know what I mean?
No, I did
Like,
not.
why did you fight with them? You fought with them, and that's the whole reason why. Like, otherwise, he would have been in the house asleep.
I did not kill
And you
Dad.
fought, and then he left. He had to leave. Look what happened.
But it's like you're placing the blame on like something like a normal occurrence that happens all the time, and like it's associated with a tragic accident, but that has like the accident has no connection to you except for the series of events. But it's not like it wasn't intentional. It wasn't even something that's likely to happen. It's not something that a normal person would consider could happen when you're just like living your life.
That you're like arguing with your spouse, and like you tell them something, you know, that they weren't expecting to hear, and then you're like, I can't deal with this right now, and you storm out, and then you know that they're following you, and then you see that person in your rearview mirror get into an accident and die. That's like what I picture. Like that's like the whole scene that I picture. Isn't that so sad?
It is sad. But Armando is allowed to be happy.
I agree. Let that man
I
live.
mean, I'm not saying he's not allowed, but I'm just saying that it tinges my happiness for him. Like I just like I'm like, yeah, but you also killed your wife. I don't know.
Oh my God.
He did not kill his wife.
Okay, all right. If you say so, yes. I mean, it's true. He didn't actually do that. That's it. But I'm just saying, just think
Like,
about it a little bit.
Are you gonna blame the guy that dug like the ditch or something that she crashed into?
The car
Or-
killed her.
Are you gonna blame like let's say her car slipped on like or like hit something like a rock or something, or like yeah, she accidentally crossed into a ditch and that caused her death. Are you gonna blame the guy who dug the ditch?
No, because the ditch was just meant he had no effect on her versus
Well, the ditch
if
is
you're
what killed her.
arguing,
If she
if you're
hadn't hit the
arguing,
ditch, she wouldn't be dead.
but she went to the ditch because she was following you.
Yeah, but if the
For
ditch
the
wasn't there,
argument.
she'd still be alive.
I don't even know what is happening right now.
I mean, I see what you're saying. Yes, he didn't like to actually do it. Yes, it was just like an event that he didn't predict would happen, but it still happened. But it's still there. You know, it's still there. But I hear what you're saying. He didn't, expect it. I mean, he does. He should be happy, and that's what I'm saying. I am happy for him. They're a very sweet, lovely couple, but it's just like just a little tinge, a little drop of red in that beautiful, clear, cold glass of water.
Well, good thing we didn't watch that season, so we're far removed
Yeah,
from it.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
As far
it's
as
in the
I'm
past.
concerned, the man's never been married.
He's always been with Kenny.
He's always been single. Just happened to find a woman who
Beautiful.
got pregnant.
This beautiful relationship with Kenny.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we'll have to see like what goes on with him and his family, but I feel like it's gonna end on a good note. That's my hunch.
Me too.
All right. Is there anything for the next on?
Kenny's daughter talks to the mom and sister.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? And then what?
She was like, I just don't understand how anyone could disagree or not approve of someone who is in a gay relationship because that's all I've ever known.
Yes.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ignorant, but it's how we should all be.
What, pretend like we don't understand when people are
No, but I mean,
close-minded?
like, I think like if it should be like, yeah, not like the gay relationship shouldn't be foreign or like not accepted. It should be a foreign concept. You know what I mean? To have it be not accepted. It should be part of the default.
Correct. It should be normalized. Normalize all relationships.
Okay, so with that said, thank you to everybody who gives a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. If you haven't left a review, please do so whenever podcast app you use. It really helps us keep creating the podcast.
5-star only.
5 stars only.
All right. So that's it. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, B. Bye.
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 Thank you.
Free Britney.
Bye.
Bye.